There we go.
Okay guys, this is Darren from Oceanside, and I want to go over the corbel saw with you, some proper adjustments, and just to let you know, can you show the bearings real quick? These bearings are not supposed to have washers underneath. They have a little lip on the inside race, and that's just enough to keep it raised above. And if you'll notice, go over to this side, if you'll notice that these bearings are on a cam. So when you turn the screw, I don't see if you can see that, it adjusts the bearing actually closer or farther away to the blade. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we want to do is we want to adjust it so that the blade is just barely at the lip of the what do you call that? The riding bearing?
Thrust washer.
Thrust bearing. That's what we call it. Okay. And then we want it to make it so there's no play. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to adjust this one up so that not so it's so tight that it's pinching it, but just enough so that there's no play. Okay. We're going to tighten that off. Okay. See that? Same on both sides. It's not pinching it, but there's no play. That's what we want. Now, it's really important that when you're cutting your wood, that your wood has to be you see this? This is a slide here, and this slide actually moves back and forth, and this has to be no bigger than your wood. So, for instance, we have this piece of 4x4 here, and when they're cutting a corbel, you want to have the least amount of play. So you want to adjust this all the way down so it touches your wood. You want to set here and measure your distance. Can you bring it up and over? Okay. And we're going to put this slide all the way up to the edge of the wood, just before it touches, okay? The reason for that is it's going to take the tension off the blade, and you're only going to have that much bend when you're cutting, especially when you're doing corbels, because it's going to try and bend the blade. And remember how we had our cam on our washers? That's why we want them touching the blade so that there's not a lot of side-to-side movement. Now we're going to go ahead and cut a corbel, and I'll show you how well it works. Ready? Ready? Here we go. See that? Makes a nice angle. Try it the other direction. See that? The blade didn't fall off or come loose or anything. That's because everything's adjusted properly. And that's the way you want to do it. Okay? Thank you very much.